algún inconveniente resolvemos donde sea.
Alright, so starting off, right? There's a timer over here in the corner that everybody can see. So, at least for right now, it looks like the rounds are timed, which is not a bad thing. That's great, honestly, and you wouldn't want the rounds to not be timed. But we have no idea for how long that timer goes just yet. But we know at least the rounds start with about 3 minutes or so. So that's pretty cool. At the very least, they start with 3 minutes, right? This is after these guys are already inside. So there's definitely got to be some time in between from spawn to here. And it's probably more than 4 seconds from that gate if we're assuming that's where this guy comes from, right? We're assuming he's coming from... I don't know. I don't know if we know his entrance yet. We'll see which one of those spawns that looks more like. Also, new assets, right? Some of these are new assets. Some of these are older assets we're definitely used to seeing, but like that wall in particular looks new. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but that wall looks really, really new. This floor texture with the screen surface reflection looks really good. It looks like some of the better floors from labs, so that's pretty neat. The first thing that did strike me about the trailer though, and I watched this part like 16 times, was because look how little screen shake there is when this guy is full autoing. Like there's almost no screen shake when he's full autoing, and that is nice. That means that either they reduced it and they're literally thinking about recoil patterns for real, or they just turned it down for the fucking demo. Who knows? But that's a thing to keep an eye on in the future. I don't know what blows those boxes up, because it doesn't look like there are any bullet holes through. It doesn't look like he was taking gunshots from that way. I don't know if this is them just showing off more of that like physics engine we saw when we saw the last Streets trailer, because that had a lot of new physics engine stuff that I'm pretty sure was just Unity related, like them doing the new Unity engine. But stuff like that's just cool for immersion, right? Boxes that aren't tied down that move makes sense, and technically this probably even changes a sight line somewhere. All right, so we got what looks like, yo, that Solewa model texture is balling, dog. Whoa. Whoa, that model texture is pretty hot, not gonna lie. All right, hey, Sons of Soon, there's a number in there. You boys get on that, figure out what that is. I'm sure you kids will do it. All right, so I can't read any Russian. Unfortunately, my primary languages are English, and that's it. I mean, I speak a little Spanish, but it's only conversational. What else do we have in this shot? There's a pink suitcase. Doesn't look like you can loot it though, but just cool. Little tar bank money thing. I feel like that's new, unless that's only on like labs or something. I don't think I've ever seen that little blue machine back there before. Got our good old supply crates back there hanging out though. The top of this is really just guard railing for the arena watchers, which is cool. If you can spectate this, that would be amazing. If like actually being up there meant you're spectating, and granted you couldn't fill every player with those body models up there, I guess is what I'll call them now. They're I don't, because it's hard to tell, right? We don't know if they're NPCs or not, but interesting to say the least. About that could be spectators. You could actually spectate this. That would be dope. Trying to see. I feel like this shot is here for a reason, although it doesn't do much but show the healing animation, but we're all so familiar with it. I mean, that he does do a latch pop there that I don't know if is like specifically the animation in game. I see it so much, but then it's hard to remember, right? Like, does he actually pop the latch in normal mode, or is this a new animation they're showing us? Okay, we got another another screen transition. Couple of more reused assets we're used to seeing from other places. I don't know what the hell is going on with this. Are those bullets? Are those shell casings falling out? Yeah, those are casings. Okay. Let's see if we can make out. That's the other thing I've been trying to do too, is try to make out some of the gear. Like, it's very hard to see what that guy up there is wearing, but his helmet looks blackish from here. So maybe a U-lock, could be something new. God, that run is so fucking smooth. Oh, there was a guy peeking him there. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I mean, this is a move that if you've played more than 10 hours of Tarkov, you've definitely been in a position with a guy right hand peeking you and you having to pop your heel. Yeah, look at that. We don't get a good view of that though, but there is definitely something there. The way this guy moves, it makes it hard to tell if that's a player or not. But that does look like a pretty good disengage. This guy is definitely wearing an AVS for sure. He's wearing an AVS and an Alton? Is that an AVS and Alton? I mean, unless the ballistics change, that doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So that is a very clear shot of that being very AVS similar, to say the least. Can we get a shot of this guy's head though? That jump when he shoots is ridiculous. Yeah, that guy is hard to see, but I'm pretty sure that's an AVS. The helmet though, my man's looks like he's rocking a fucking Alton AVS, but that visor and helmet could be new, but for now we're gonna call that an Alton, which is kind of nuts, but just showing us more of the gear that we're already familiar with is in the game. Yo, who wrote fruitcake up there, bro? who the fuck wrote fruitcake up there? Wow. All right. Let's see what we got here where this scene starts. So my man is shooting what looks like rip rounds out of that shotty. He's got a flashlight, and I think that's what the MRS hollow. I forget the names of stuff. I'm old and a boomer. Hot Rod energy can drink holder though, also very dope. You love to see that repeated world product placement. So he's easy to miss over there in the corner, but this guy wearing that helmet and or mask combo I don't think we've ever seen. Looks like it might be specific to the arena, what are they called? The arena masters. Probably work for the host, but that's a very unique combo we haven't seen yet. Dual shoulder identifiable things is what draws my eye to this. All right, so it looks like our man that we're looking at is running a stockless. I don't know. I need one of the gun nuts to let me know what that is. It looks stockless, but it's got a foregrip. Cayman-ish looking helmet with the black tee. Although the clothes look new, his whole gear set looks new. But it's also really hard to get a look at him. His render looks a little strange. Yeah, that might be new. And my man got 3 shots off before my... Yo, he's got that... Oh, wait. He's got that whole weight face. Let's see here. What else are we dealing with? Yeah, Sprint to Fire didn't seem great for the other guy there. But also a lot of the POV of the guy we're using shots missed. Alright, so we got a... Alright, this is probably one of the more telling. Your guns can be different between the people on your team, because this dude is on a pistol while his homie is clearly using some sort of rifle over here. Also, is that a new plate carrier model? I feel like I've seen that several times now, and that's got to be a new plate carrier model. Or maybe it's one that we've seen before that we thought was coming to... I think that's what we saw when they showed us the modeling for the plate carriers. Was those. Also, that flash fucking destroys our guy here. Take it back through that last one. See if we can't get a better shot of this other dude. Okay, we can see that this guy is wearing a Triton now. He's got a black Triton over what might be a P.A.C.A. Hard to tell his armor, but we definitely just got a very clear shot of the Triton there. Yeah, super clear shot of the Triton. Right about here. So that's either the Triton or the Azimuth, one of the two. But that's definitely one of those. It looks super bulky on this model though once he turned to face you. It didn't look that bulky before. That flash though. That flash though. That's a fucking CSGO flash in the A, bruh. Buy followers, primes, and viewers on mystream.store. Nah, I'm chilling, cuz. Appreciate you though. Alright, so we get through that flash pop. It gives us a screen transition. Opens us up to height. What are we height on right now? Have we seen what's across from Doves? From a different angle? I think this is the opposite side. So, Doves by the white van. Where the fuck is height by that? I don't know if we've gotten an angle of where that guy is yet. But we were down here earlier. We did a left to right. When there had to be a guy back there in that corner. You can definitely fight from backside right there. So there's also a way to get on the height for whatever is behind us from Doves. So that's interesting. This guy's got UN-ish armor up there. Are these scabs? Oh shit, boy, it's the scabs. Goddamn scabs out this bitch watching that shit. That's crazy. Imagine the scabs then go down there and then they fight with the PMC gear that died. That would be stupid. Oh my god. Imagine though, bro. Imagine. You queue up the spectator Reno in your scav. This counts as your scav run, but let's just say you queue up the spectator Reno in your scav run. This is your scav run now. Once the arena match is over, the winner leaves, all the bodies are on the ground. They give the scavs, you know, let's say you get melees. You get a melee and a cheese. And you get to fucking decide whether or not you try to go pick up a kit or kill somebody close to you before you be able to grab a kit. And then if you get out of that arena match, you take that kit with your scav back to your main account or to your arena scav account, I guess. It would be cooler, honestly, I guess, if it was tied to EOD and your scav could run a scav onto the arena match. That would be fun too. But like, yeah, like in the way that I said, yeah, that'd be dope. I think that'd be a fun idea, honestly. I mean, hell, they're already here, right? What's the world where the scavs are watching this and don't try to go down there to loot a couple of bodies, bro? Like, come on. Lore-wise, that makes all the sense in the world. Ugh, that man got fucked on with the ADAR. So this is poolside. I'm just gonna start calling this poolside. So poolside from mannequin body where we started, shooting the guy that was crossing up here, I think, because we wouldn't have an angle from this side before, right? Or is that the same side? Diff side. Yeah, he's shooting on not he killed that guy on not timer side. Yeah, timer is over here, right? Above the... No. Are these... No, it's the same map. How do I see the equator sign on both sides here, but see different things? Right? I'm looking at the equator sign on both sides. Unless it mirrors. It might mirror op side. Right? How does that work? How can I look, unless this is the opposite side of the map, which technically it'd have to be, right? If I can see the equator sign but not the timer. So that's interesting. That'll be a thing to note. Also, that ADAR is zeroed for 100 meters for some reason. Whatever the reason that's happening, that ADAR is zeroed for a hundo. So the fact he hit that shit is a little nuts, but I guess he wasn't using the sight. He was, you know, point fire god. Get a look at this guy's armor, maybe. Not a good one. That helmet looks like one of the LZSH ones that gets a face shield, but this guy's not rocking a face shield. He was healing. He was healing. So you can, well, I mean, we already could see people's healing animation, but you can see very easily this guy was like running while healing. Something weird happens with his gun switching out there. I don't know if that's because he's dying and, you know, weird program, but his gun does ghost out for a second and switch back to the healing animation when he gets shot. So, I mean, I'm sure that's some shit they'll get rid of and solve, and it's nothing major. But it is good to note that now there is this little weird little like, hey, I died, my gun came back out, and then I actually died. But I guess it's gotta come back because you gotta drop it. It's attached to his side when it drops. It leaves the body. It doesn't leave his body at all, so it looks like your gun is glued to you. It doesn't just like fly off like in CS, which may or may not be an issue, but none of that matters right this second. That's just good detail to notice. Your gun doesn't come off you necessarily. Good falling animation though. Also, is that the ADAR sound different? A little bit, a little less trebly. A little less trebly on the ADAR there. This guy gets fucking one. He just gets one coming around the corner. I don't even know how much there is to see here other than this guy getting fucked on. That's another AVS. So that's a legit for sure. That guy's rocking an AVS. Gun is hard to tell because there's so much moving and so many of these look the same to me. I mean, it looks like these guys are running the same gun, which I'm assuming is an M4. M4 with the Verdi. Also, that guy might not have had a visor earlier. It could just be the weird way his hat is down, but I doubt it. I think that guy had a visor earlier. Because when this guy goes head up, you can see his glasses. It doesn't look like there's a second layer on the outside, so you won't be able to shoot in on anybody necessarily. At least not from what looks like a first level view. Although there's probably a hop up somewhere crazy. That man got dick. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot here except showing us some of the weapons that we're already familiar with. I could be missing something though. Alright, so this is interesting in the way that this running reload looks really smooth. And of course, true to Tarkov ballistics, that bullet hole was not there before the gun was fired. That's fresh. That's fresh. That's fresh. So that's still nice to see. That looks blocked off, so there's not a little sneaky angle there. That's pretty nice. This lower level, sort of like whatever this is, this looks like some sort of TDM-ish kind of mode. This is much smaller than the other arena, so this might even be solos. That was the one thing nobody talked about for real. I don't even remember anybody even asking in any of those Twitter posts I've seen lately. But here's mag checking. TTPSTGZH. I don't remember if that's a ammo already. I don't fucking use the PPS. It's so hard to tell the scenario that guy is moving away from. It's just like the context there is he's getting shot and there's a mag check, or maybe even just a reload that gives you how much. I'm assuming that was a check. I feel like your reload doesn't give you the fucking indicator for how much you have in there, but I could be wrong. Those are little details that you tend to forget when you're not doing this shit 24/7. Elky gloves back though. Love to see that. That weapon crate is open. I don't know if that's like just because it's on the map like that, or whether or not this person could have actually looted that, spun around on his right and came back around because he didn't have a gun or he needed a better one. But interesting to say the least that that's a possibility. Yeah, this is a much smaller version of that place we just saw. Like this is like maybe a sitting area or cafe that got turned into another death arena. So this might be solos. I got a feeling this is solos. Because right, it doesn't make sense to go through all this to make another team-based mode when like half the people who were complaining about the PvP are soloers, right? Like it's the solos that are fucking the PvP, right? Like if this doesn't have a solo mode, we might be missing the ship entirely. We got some more assets we've seen though. That's definitely the little lockers from Interchange. This is a what, PP19? He's popping at him with the fucking bitch ass suppressor. Definitely the PP19 with the bitch ass. I know that sound now. So, and it's got the, was it the B13 handguard? I forget, but I like that handguard a lot. Gun seems really close to the character model right here, though. Might just be because it's jumping around. Also, that guy eats that fucking bullet to the back of the head. I don't know if y'all saw that, but my man straight up ate that shit in the dome, bro. Blink, just like that. So there's definitely various levels of armor and ammunition also in the arena, right? If everything was one bullet penetration, if to the head, then he doesn't survive that. So there's still Tarkov's ballistics baked into this, which is not a bad thing. I mean, honestly, it gives him a chance to like shrink down the ammo pool to things that make sense for a competitive mode, right? And then you're off to the races. If again, this is supposed to be a comp mode, I mean, it's just what people are going to try to turn it into. But if it's not balanced, it won't matter. Where did that nade come from? Right? That's a fucking silent nade unless it's thrown before the scene starts. But why would you do that considering how much people already complain about silent nades? I'd never heard that nade fall. I mean, this is probably just for like, you know, cinematic experience. They might not just be taking gameplay, but like there is no grenade sound. And what's weird is you can hear the shells fall, right? Like if you listen to your right ear cup when I play this, you can hear the shells falling from the gun. So it wouldn't make sense that you couldn't hear the nade. Yeah, I don't know about that one, cuz missing nade sounds is still not awesome. That can't be a continuous problem. Oh yeah, so this big aerial shot here. So it looks like we have what, 2 or 3 different maps already, or at least 2 maps, because this is not the other place, right? This isn't Equator, unless Equator is fucking huge and this is one side of it. It's very hard to orient at this point because I'm not seeing a lot of the same stuff, at least for me, because I'm old and a boomer. I don't see anything here too much noteworthy other than just showing us broad swaths of a map. Okay, this is a separate side. There is no... This side we saw the tail of the plane, right? Or the head of the plane, pointing towards the Norvair and the globe. And in this shot we get the open end that looks like it faces the outside. Right? The other one's closed off. This faces the outside. Yes. So spawn on both sides of the plane, I'm assuming. No, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. You come from back there, right? GP mass scav with level 2 body armor. Scav vest scav. We shot the scav. Mustard jacket, homie. You love to see it. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's just Sequisha at this point. I'm pretty sure that's just Sequisha. Alright. So you've got a... So you've got stairs that go to a blue jump up that go to the wing. And there's also just a strip of this that you'll die in heaven there, right? That'll be where everybody tries to go take their outfit. Okay, so one spawn site is outside, right? Outside fucking open end of the plane. And these guys do spawn from the terminal side, which I guess is globe. Like, they do spawn from globe. Okay. Now, here comes some of the more technical detail related questions as far as gameplay is concerned. Are we considering this is first match? Right, let's just assume this is first round. We have what looks like two different types of possible armor. So this guy's got on what looks like a TV 110. But this dude looks like he's got on, like, I don't know. That looks like level 2 from the back, but it's hard to tell because I don't know if it's angled for the stomach the same way. He looks like he has on a what's that damn green level 4 that you used to be able to do the water trade for? The Anna? I feel like that's what that is, because either that's the Anna or that's that new one that looked like it when they showed off a while back. But these all look to be somewhere between level 3 and level 4. That's that weird level, that tan level 3, I feel like. And these all could be new. I could be very wrong. That's a, what's his name though? That's the level 3 helmet. My man's the only one who bought a fucking helmet. And that's what I'm saying. This is what makes me think that there's a buy system for loading in. Because I feel like you can put headphones under this in the main game. But it's hard to see if he has headphones here. But we've got one rifle, one shotty, one pistol, and his gear kind of matches a pistol run, right? He doesn't have on level 4. He's not rocking a helmet. This guy wouldn't make a lot of sense, but you know, people just know helmet life. But that Ultima is like, that shit is jacked. So I don't know, but I really think there are buys. I would assume right now there are buys. He's got a suppressor. A lot of the more technical shit, like for the guns and like the pistol holders on the leg, I wouldn't be able to give any information about. I'm just not that familiar with that sort of stuff. But from the game standpoint, I mean, there are several different outfits here, right? That's the fucking USEC night jacket. So like, not everybody has an armband. It looks like you can opt out of having an armband on your team. That doesn't make a lot of fucking sense, all things considered. Also, these guys, right? So he's got the stubby AK that he just folded the stock out on, and this is where I'm assuming a lot of those new animation that Nikita posted was from. Like, it looked like, I don't remember where that animation was set, but it might have just been on like a random backdrop to not give any of the game away. But this looks like those character model animations for sure. It's the flip out of the stock, right? That's what was so hype about that shit, was the stock flip out, which I'm sure they can bring back and bring in the Tarkov as well, like, and look just as smooth when you do it. But it's so smooth in this, unbelievably. But back to that buy thing, they've got all different weapons too, and various levels of gear as well. It's hard to see, but this nigga might have a night vision strap on. And that wouldn't make any fucking sense. Unless it does. But I feel like he has on NVGs. And I can't tell his helmet, but he's got on a helmet. Also, a cool thing that happens is the little the gate signs change. That's pretty neat. And it's just a cool fucking, that's just a cool little thing to keep doing. I mean, yeah, it's just a nice little detail that Tarkov is becoming renowned for, is its attention to detail. All right, so we have the outside spawn that came from opposite side globe Novair, that have the stairs up to the blue thing, up to what I'm assuming immediate heaven. I'm assuming you have immediate access to heaven this way, but you wouldn't be the first there technically. But you'd be the first person up there, but you wouldn't be the first to get a sight line out of it, because there's a lot of ways to not have sight getting into that. One of their guys broke left, so there's clearly a guess there's more of an enclosed fighting space off over here. There's an entrance over there, and it looked like a 5-man, right? You load in as a 5. Yep, load in as a 5 stack CS:GO style. So everybody could technically have a role, but 2, okay, 2 go that way, 2 go mid, 1 goes strong side. I guess it depends on what your football terminologies are. Yeah, one of those guys definitely goes into that part of the hangar. That is not fake. Like he goes in there, and there's a way out through there, but I'm assuming this connects through at least through there. Looks like that might be some sort of wall that the op team could use. So actual overhead blind fire meaning something. Not bad. This is, I mean, there's several things happening right there, right? Not only is my man giving him suppressive fire, but he's doing it with the fucking overhead blind, making it useful, which isn't always useful in the main game. Not the way people play. It's just not always useful. It's hard to take that position he has in the main game with your team, because the maps aren't really designed that way, right? Like it feels like it is, but it isn't always. But this in particular is clearly designed for you to get behind, lay down suppressive overhead blind fire for your teammate to cross up to heaven. So I like that. That's really fucking nice. That is the level of teamwork that Tarkov can offer. And when people take advantage of it, it just changes the game. It makes it a game that's so unbelievably enjoyable. So his man's with that overhead suppressing there gets him the cross, and that feels good for the whole team. You do love to see that. He's rocking a Karasa. I don't remember him rocking a Karasa out here. Did we miss something? Does one of these guys have on a Karasa and we can't see it? Or did they just do a little trickery? Or these guys have blue armbands too. They're hard to see, but they also have blue armbands. So that's dope. So one of two things happening here. Either I am terrible at being able to identify colors, or several things. I'm bad at identifying items. They switched character models during this demo section, and this is not a continuation of what we just saw. Or you could pick up armor. So there are several different options for reality there. I don't know how much I like the pick up armor option. That makes the buy system a little not important, kinda. But again, it depends on how it's implemented. So I'm not saying good or bad either way. I am saying that I was not able to identify this guy having a Karasa a couple screens ago, and I'm almost certain this man is now rocking a Karasa in this. So there could be different scenarios we're watching, or there could be some manipulation of armor inside of the match. Okay, so this is a crazy fucking action shot, and how my man's doesn't get his fucking brain blown out tossing this nade, I'll never know. Because if it was any of us, we would be deader than hell. But it looks like we're keeping the 2-stage grenade throw, which is great. Nades in Tarkov can be really fucking strong, so nothing wrong with the 2-stage still being there. He's got it cooked right as we get into this right here. It looks like they're fighting at least 3 guys. So there's my man's over here holding a box angle, and there are the 2 guys in here. We're gonna cock up. Yeah, I love that lighting there. When he lights that shit up right there, it's great. It's so easy to see. Without that, it is very dark in there. So this might even be like a little flank angle this guy has pulled. And he's about to fucking nade the shit out of this enemy team. However, however, he threw that bitch hella high. And there's no way that lands on them. That shit's up here, dog. That fucking nade is way up there, bro. That's not gonna hit. That's a solid floor. So unfortunately, our man's nade was just a little too high, but it's nice. Oh shit, no, that might actually fall where he needs it. Interesting. But this looks like the enemy team's angle into opposite sides heading through the airplane. Oh. So that's a flame through the corridor from earlier. At least one side of that. I will say there's generally continuation in the Tarkov trailers. So this burger spot back here, while that's not an angle we see anyone holding, and this isn't burger spot's colors, this is a different place. This is connected places. Hey, the TP4 is back though. Okay, that's not across from the burger spot, but that might be Spawn Alley. When they spawn, right? And the outside spawn team goes to break in. Yeah, I think that's this side over here. Because German's a tech store, right? I think that's this side. I think that's the flank from here. Oof. First blood counts for something. And is that Nikita doing the announcer? Because that's great. If he records the lines for the announcing, that'll be amazing. Recoil got this motherfucker. Yeah, he gets just one there. This is just more action sequence. Although this nigga, yo, this guy is not aiming at him. Oh shit, because he gets shot from up here. That's a guy. That is not a stationary light because it moves. Yeah, I'm almost certain he gets hit from the left there. I would think he gets hit from height with the guy with the light. Light's still strong AF. Yo, Boss Cap made it. Rocking it sideways. You love to see it. Timbo's looking good. Little paper up there. Dirt nasty. Yeah, this is the other side of what we saw from that first alley fight. Because this corridor has got the same red, white, and blue up there. But this is not the... Or maybe that is a clothing store we're seeing from that bottom angle. It's really hard to tell. But that could be a clothing store. I can't remember what the fuck German is in the other game. But if that's a clothing store, then that all stands to reason that that fight happens in that corridor. Because this corridor looks very open. Yeah, that could be... That's either the same side of the corridor or the corridor is mirrored with different stores on both sides. That would be my guess. Looks like my man's applying a bandage. Louis Vuitton. Come on, bro. So we're inside of plane with a guy down here that's on our team. Whoa. Is somebody beside us shooting green tracers? No, the guy down there is shooting green tracers. Right? Or is somebody with us? There are two teammates down there, actually. Double peeking boxes. That's interesting. No, somebody's shooting tracers. Is it the guy that dies down there? No, those fucking tracers look like they're coming from back there, but that does not look like a character model. But I'm assuming that is a guy just left-leaning. That guy gets fried. But it definitely still looks like there's tracers coming from back there. So this is just an interesting fight scenario all the way around. Showing a very interesting angle out of the plane here. Oh, there's one down there on the right. There's a guy down here too. No, that's Lee. I don't know. The muzzle flashback there doesn't make any sense unless it's coming off of this guy. So I'm assuming that's a guy. Reaching is okay. That's the Thor level 4, I think. That might be the Thor level 4 with a rat neck. That armor looks new, or that's just a remodeled of that level 3 floral. I think that's just the level 3 floral. You should taste it, to you. Okay, so this is the burger shot angles. So, okay, this makes sense again. So this is down on the right-hand side. I have to double check that later when we get some more screens. I'm sure the one guy who makes maps will be able to create this map from the pictures in a matter of hours if he really put his mind to it. If I'm able to kind of piece together parts like this, because I am terrible at remembering things like this. So that's burger shot again, but from the outside, and we're coming from what looks like the broken down section from the front of the plane. That's a tracer zipping past me? Hell yeah. Tracer comes from down there. Yo, real talk, I don't even see the guy who shoots the... Oh, he's up there. So yeah. So there are definitely some angles already, like by design on this map, that are just gonna be, you gotta check your sectors. You have to check your sectors. You got another shot from being on plane in the height, shooting down in the burger shot. It calls out deaths too. Blue team -1. That's interesting. That way you don't need the header like CSGO has for you to see who's still alive while keeping the immersion of Tarkov, but also letting you know that, like, you know, you're not facing 5 people on the map anymore. So interesting if they keep that around. He just got one with the revolver though. That's filthy. Right in front of Globes. Oh, good God. Well, the revolver's in. That's nice. I don't think you had any question about that. That's become a pretty beloved gun at this point, just from the memes. My man's ain't wearing no helmet though. I probably wouldn't save him. I think for like 37 pin. Chest shot too. Yeah. That's the ACHHC helmet, right? My man's is rocking an MPX with that joint and a plate carrier that I can't easily identify. Maybe that'll be what those plate carrier models end up getting used for. Maybe they're just like a stock standard model and then you'll be able to buy the level of armor you want. So let's say you want to rock level 5 or level 4 plates. You'll buy that at the buy menu and that'll be what you wear. And you don't keep switching out your armor like we're used to. You're just legitimately buying plates and then your tack rig is customizable like we've seen. That's why some of these tack rigs don't exactly look like ones we know from the game. I'm assuming some of these are those custom models expanded a bit with like selected pouches and how do you want it to cross over in the back or stuff like that. So that'd be interesting to see if all of that level customization comes as well. I mean, this would be the time for it, I think. And then everything that works here, you can always take back to the base game if you want. Knife fight at the end, you love to see it. Also, is that new? Or is that just the tactical sword? Is that the Anna's sword? I don't use the melees enough, so if that's a new melee, let me know. But I think that melee could be new. But I don't know. I don't do enough of the melees. Very cool looking to say the least though. So we got the USEC helmet, the USEC hat back. This man's got the full-on black, like, level 50 gear. So I'm assuming this might be them showing you how you can essentially bring your character model over, because everybody before this guy has been very, very green. Very green, very beige. I mean, I saw that the professor's sweater made it over, so I'm assuming all of the clothes made it over. This is just a very cool image of being able to see what that actually the whole gear set looks like on someone. Most people don't really rock the whole gear set anymore. There's a shotgun blast that happens here too. So these guys aren't the last ones on the map. For whatever reason they about to knife fight, there's still definitely some gun action going on over here. So also, look at the screen space reflection catching the light down there. Look at you guys go. Look at that. That's a good reflection space right there. That's nice. That's a good one right there. What up, boy? That's a good one right there. My man just gets one from out of the dark, like we're all used to in Tarkov by this point. And let's see if there's anything to gather from that screen before my man meets his demise. Tap fire on that thing might have saved you, daddy, because you and I can't see what the hell you're shooting at. But this is strange. I don't think I've ever seen such a defeated looking AK with the charging handle on it. So I wonder, like, and this is just operating if there are buy menus. That when this guy did a buy, he bought the charging handle for some reason. Unless this isn't the AK and this is like the fucking VSS or something and it already has that. No, that's the AK. Look at that. That's definitely the AK. That's the stubby AK. With looks like the ARC. No, that's like the BVG grip. So it looks like my man went for an ergo build. I mean, that could be very viable depending on how any and all of those statistics still work, if they exist, right? That's an interesting thing to note, that he has no sight. But my man's got a charging handle and a grip. And what even looks like maybe a suppressor? Front of that thing look long. Very long.
Welcome to Unedited.
Yeah, that sounds like computer. Interesting death position there. I'm pretty sure I've never seen a body fall like that. There's some body falling animations that exist, but I don't think I've ever seen somebody be proned out on their side like that. This man's getting his legs torn the hell up. So this is doves. That's height of doves that we didn't really get a good angle at before. So there's got to be a jump up there. So I feel like we've seen maybe 2 maps here with 2 variations. 2 maps with 2 variations, one large, one small, is kind of what my brain is telling from all of this. Yo, he got legged, and he died from the impact in his leg, like it swept him forward. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. I'm assuming that's what they're trying to show us here because this guy is doing all the leg shots. But when he dies, he swings out with the physics and momentum of his leg being shot out. That's interesting. That's very cool. That's very cool. That keeps it realistic without getting into too much of a gore aspect of it. One, that man. Kill that man on the right hand feet. He must not have been looking up. Hand me. Alright, so let's see what else. Is this the opposite side? This looks like the opposite side of that other tunnel. That grenade box is open. I'm assuming that's lootable. What if you... okay, what if... I guess maybe there are attachments and upgrades in-game that would make sense for you to be able to loot in the match? That's interesting, to say the least, but I feel like that's what we're seeing. I feel like we're seeing some mashups of the Tarkov formula, and that could just be an open prop already, but imagine. Also, the fucking the mouse control on this guy, the just the level aiming at head height for that door, very nice, because this guy leans basically right into that. What blew up over there? Was that somebody else's frag right there? That's got to be someone else's frag. I don't think we see it come in, though. But there's definitely something that blows up in the corner right here. Right? Not sure why. Also, physics send those bottles flying, which is very cool to see in Tarkov. Not everything is stationary. And he just gets fucking beamed. Unfortunate for that dude. Not bad though. This looks like they're running. This might be the opposite team pushing into the other guy's spawn. Seems like this map is really big. Like true Tarkov fashion, there are just areas that you wouldn't imagine you could get to that you could get to. This guy definitely has on the fireman helmet. It looks like the Jetta face mask, but that could be a new one. But that's a long face mask that goes all the way down on a black helmet. Hard to tell what that one is for real, but this guy looks chonky as shit. But that's definitely a face mask with the helmet, or a helmet with a face mask for sure. Maybe that's the Cayman. That might be the Cayman with a dark visor. It's hard to tell. That could even be the LZSH with the long face shield, the level 4 with the level 4 face shield. He doesn't eat any shots in it. Unfortunately, our guy that we're watching the POV from looks like he misses basically every fucking shot, which happens. Yeah, he missed everyone. And that man was able to get the cover. But still good to see that moving and firing is inaccurate as hell, as it should be. Up close fight that we don't get to see a lot from there. I think that was just kind of one of those action sequences. Also, that guy looks like a fucking scav. Yeah, you get no clear images in this one. I think that's just there for the action. So it looks like we have Equator and we have Norvair. Right? Those seem to be the two maps that I can make sense of. Yo, did they just die to a nade? Also, are they getting shot from height? It looks like the guy above the plane is like ADSing. But I guess not. Like up here? Isn't that like somebody ADSing at you? Very cool. Well, just some more other plane side angles on Norvair. More of those side shots or side alley fights. Yeah, I think these are just more wrap-up shots of things that we've seen. However, I don't remember being inside of this part of the plane before. No, I think this is just the opposite side of what we... No, this is that side. This is the side we saw earlier where it's a little darker, and the guy was shooting down from over there. Very cool battle state. Very interested to watch and play.